So welcome to episode 3 of PodSpill.
PodSpill?
PodSpill. I'm John.
Where we spill our pods.
Soren.
I'm Malcolm.
Okay. I don't have good segues yet. I'm learning. I'm a little baby boy. But
Give us a joke to start, John.
I don't have
What
jokes.
is that from? Little Baby.
I don't know.
Always Sunny did that.
Oh, probably.
Little Baby.
I'm
boy.
Charlie.
Kittenmans? That's all.
Kittenman.
That's
the only
all I
episode.
know.
Kittenmans.
That's the only episode.
You
you've
cat too
A
loud.
timeless classic.
Yeah.
Your cat too.
seen. Speaking of timeless classics, the J.J. Abrams is set to direct another movie.
Star Wars 9.
Well, that.
Oh yeah,
That's happening.
Timeless classic.
But I'm talking about more of weeb shit, and he's gonna be directing the live action adaptation of Your Name.
Which 2 out of the 3 of us haven't seen.
Yes,
But-
I have seen it. I went to the Alamo Draft House because I'm a connoisseur of cinema. It was actually very good. So essentially, Your Name is it's an anime movie. These 2 teenagers, one's a boy, one's a girl. They somehow, I don't know, it's explained magic. They change bodies, so it's like a body switch film. But they also change back at the end of the day, or like when they go to sleep. So they wake up as themselves, and then they're like, "What the heck is going on? Why am I a girl? Why am I a boy?" And then like they have to like figure that out. And then like the mid part of the film is like, there's this mystery now that we have to solve, involving you and involving me, and our lives and destinies are intertwined. It's really good. I highly recommend it. It's on Funimation. Go.
Sounds like a less sexual version of Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's way less sexual because these are hashtag teens.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't the daughter in that movie supposed to be a hashtag teen also, though?
Freaky Friday?
But that was
It's been a
all about
while.
like old people should act young, and young people need to not be so stupid. Really, was what that whole movie was.
Yeah, why don't you just lighten up, parents?
Yeah.
Life lesson. I learned it.
But I think Your Name's dealing with more like identity stuff and
Yeah, for sure.
other things like that, I assume. Is it, you said 4th, or has it topped?
Oh, yes. I was looking it up. This is from Kotaku.
Reliable source.
Yeah, they're okay sometimes. This is from January. So Your Name is the highest grossing anime worldwide, and it deserves to be. Is what the name of the thing is. It's earned. Your Name is now the highest grossing anime film ever, earning $281 million worldwide and surpassing Spirited Away. And Spirited Away earned $275 million.
Wow.
That is insane.
Have you guys seen Spirited Away?
I have not.
There was a point in time where we were like watching a Miyazaki film, which is or Studio Ghibli film, every like couple days.
Jesus.
Yeah, we went like on a 4 movie bender, and there's still like 10 or 13 other movies they got.
They have
or
like
a lot more. I don't know.
They have like the entire Studio Ghibli like collection on Amazon. It's like $150.
Oh shoot, that's actually a really
And
good deal.
it's Blu-ray.
Oh
Ooh.
Shit.
Xbox Ones play Blu-ray, don't they?
Yes.
Yes,
Alright.
absolutely.
I'm so proud of you for knowing that.
Woo!
Woo!
Got a Blu-ray player.
You're also
Blu-ray
going to
player.
use it now.
But-
Losing.
Spirited Away. It was just like this beautiful, magical place where you just go in and there's like all these weird spirits and you just mystery and love and I don't know. It's a really interesting film, and so to hear that there's another top dog anime movie that took them down is kind of surprising, and it makes me kind of like anxious. Not anxious is the right word. It makes me, I don't know, not nervous or anxious to watch the movie, but I just
You hope it's as good as Spirited Away.
yes. I hope it's as good. I hope it deserves the number 1 title, or the number 1 spot. But I'm kind of worried that it's not going to live up to that.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
I will say that it is very enjoyable, and like once you get past like the body switching stuff, like they make it interesting. It's not like a Freaky Friday where it's like, oh wow, we know the perspectives of these 2 different people. No, it like becomes like they use that as like a device to like solve like a greater mystery.
Yeah.
I won't really go into it because, like, one, it's very complex, and two, you just need to see it because if I try to like describe it, it's gonna not do it justice. But so having seen, Your Name, I think. Do we think it can be adapted well? I guess.
Oh, for the live action?
Yeah.
I mean, we have our stance on the live action things.
That's
so
true.
I mean, probably the record is no.
Okay. The record is no. Yeah.
I think like currently, it's like 0 to a lot.
Yeah.
Because did we talk about Decisive? Oh, there was one good live action one. I don't think we did.
I don't think we ever arrived at
Well,
one.
I've seen 0 of them.
Yeah, so
I'm saying no.
Besides that Dragon Ball Z thing that I showed you guys,
That was a classic, though.
which no one will see because it's on YouTube,
Right?
Or everyone will see because it's on YouTube,
Easier.
right? I don't think, like, my hopes aren't high. I think that it could be good. I think J.J. Abrams.
Yes.
I don't know about you. I don't know.
Really, I think he has the chops to do it, and I think. So I'm reading here that they have an Oscar-nominated screenwriter for Best Adapted Screenplay, and he did Arrival, the one with Amy Adams and like those aliens come down.
Oh yeah,
she has like she's like, I'm writing on this whiteboard.
Oh yeah,
here's some letters. Now point to what you want to say to me. And she's essentially giving them
language lessons.
Yeah, language lessons.
Because the answer to life is not 42, it's language.
Yeah. I can't remember what they settled on in that film.
Yeah.
I remember enjoying it. 42. You got to default to the original.
If you can learn language, you can bend time. Kind of.
Is that how that worked in that movie?
Sort of,
I must have missed that.
Yeah, actually, I think that is how it happened.
They learned to speak English and they...
like the humans learned their language and then they could like bend time.
Oh, okay.
Or like she could like see the future or some shit.
Oh yeah, wasn't it super depressing? Don't they like lose a kid or something?
They lost a
something
kid.
Terrible happens,
they lost a kid. Or they know they're going to lose a kid.
And weren't the aliens actually them from the future?
Oh shit. Could have been.
Oh god, I gotta look this up now. I'm sorry. I brought up Arrival and now it's... Well, welcome to a derailed version of PodSpill.
That's true. But we are still talking about JJ
Yeah.
and his writing staff.
Yeah.
So,
we're there.
So, what gives JJ his credentials here, John?
I don't know.
What's your favorite JJ movies?
Any of them?
Episode 7 would be.
I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed Star Trek.
Star Trek was very good.
Yeah, I was one of those people who never really saw too much about Star Trek beforehand, and then like that was kind of my induction. So that was pretty nice. I thought he did a good job.
One a lot.
Yeah.
The second one, it's a really stereotypical reason, but there's really stupid stuff like where he screams, "I'm Khan." It's like you don't.
You got to put that in there.
Man.
You got to put that in there.
And then what? The third one or fourth? Third. Okay. Came out and I didn't hear shit.
It was a good movie. They just didn't care.
Yeah.
They're launching their TV series, so why care?
Yeah.
That's true. Which
Star Trek is always.
I don't think Chris Pine really took off like they were hoping for him.
He kind of just.
He maintained the exact same level of popularity.
He went over to Wonder Woman instead. That's what.
Boom! Yeah, there you go.
And still didn't take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gal Gadot was the
primary.
Yeah.
Was the bee's knees.
She really was.
Jerry Springfield.
She kicked some ass.
Yeah.
All right.
I think because he's shown like that he can like take
lens flare.
Yeah.
Will there be a lot of lens flares in there?
I think he can produce like really like great stories, and I think he's an interesting storyteller, and he knows how to do things right.
He did Cloverfield, right?
He did Cloverfield.
I like those. I like
he
both
did.
of those.
Yeah.
Cloverfield Lane was actually
both of
really
those
good.
were really good.
Plus, you gotta see John Goodman doing a little dance, and how could you not love that?
Yeah, that's true.
Fat people dancing.
You got to be able to see that. I'm trying to look at his filmography.
I guess. I mean, Star Wars is a pretty much set world, and he came in here and was like, "All right, give me what you got, and we're going to try and do something with it.
I don't think Star Wars was set world at all, but I think he made it one
they
when
had,
he reshot the movie.
They had an expanded universe
that
they
they
did
could
away
pull
with.
anything
Yes.
from.
And I think they did a good job at pulling...
What?
For the most part.
Like Phasma?
Sort of.
Bang up job
Sort
there?
of.
Yeah.
Like pulling sort of like some elements of the expanded universe and like reworking them and into a workable movie like script for both Star Trek and Star Wars. So I feel like maybe with Your Name, even though there's not as much history or lore or record of things being done with the franchise or the property, I think he could still pull from the current content and make a pretty decent movie out of what he's got. Because he's done that so far with everything else he's done. So, I guess...
Is this movie actually in production yet, or is it just in talks?
No,
I don't think so.
Because recently it seems like there's been a lot of high-profile departures from movies in pre-production.
That's true.
It just says
All
that
over the place.
he is signed on to guide a movie. Oh, to guide a movie based on last year anime's sensation Your Name. Well, this is a lesson in reading. So I don't know what guide means. So maybe that he's not directing. Maybe he's just like
Zack Snyder is guiding the DC universe into the successful future, right?
into the trash.
My favorite meme of current DC shit is when they put Wonder Woman in the middle holding between the DC franchise.
Honestly.
As Spider-Man or whatever. She was
Right.
like the Spider-Man.
With
I was like,
Lashley.
oh my god, that's so brilliant. Because,
All right, so any final thoughts on Your Name?
I'm excited, sort of, to watch the movie for the first time.
Okay.
But I think it'll just be disappointing to see live action as usual.
That's fair.
I think live action has never really been done well, and I'm not gonna hold out for Abrams to blow my socks off.
It's like you have two like empirical things. So like you have like, in my opinion, like his, really good, very great track record of directing. But then you have him embracing a very shittily done like genre, not anime, but like live action adaptations.
No, I'd say anime as a whole.
Okay, wow, boo, cue. So like it'll be interesting to see, and also this is a sidebar. I pre-ordered Your Name from Funimation. It'll be here in November, so we should.
Oh,
watch it.
cool!
Okay.
We could
We'll
do a
watch
live
one.
stream of Your Name.
We'll do a reaction video.
Yeah.
As the
we could
movie's
do that.
happening,
Yes!
we can film
Just
what
us,
I think
just
of this.
us crying.
Now,
'cause it's so
I
beautiful.
cry. Yeah, I figured.
We'll have the pug in it, too. She can.
Oh,
She'll give us the
boy.
best reactions.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eat your
jeez.
kibbles.
All right, what we got next?
Well, speaking of shitty movies,
Transformers,
this week I got to see for the first time the new Transformers movie because I saw it on pay-per-view and I'm months behind. Wow. What a great movie.
Really?
No, it was really bad.
Okay. All right.
It was really bad.
You've done nothing but like hype. Like it was great. It was great.
No, he said,
I'm not sure
Transformers
yet.
in general.
Okay.
was great.
Transformers in general is pretty amazing. This one was really
All the
garbage.
buffs roll out. Once Shia LaBeouf left, it really went down.
Yeah, well, Mark Wahlberg's just in there, just being dirty. Just
Yeah,
he just,
that's about right.
Why are you
unbathed.
dirty? You just took a shower.
He's unkempt. And
Between his Hy-Vee
What was
health
this one
ads,
The Last Night
last night.
and
spelled like a knight.
I got that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I figured that out.
get it because like he has a sword.
Edgy
and-
as shit, and it's like the last night. Like,
Do you guys want to
timelines.
take a guess on what the tomato meter says?
Ooh.
let's-
I did see it, but I was gonna say something more like 40, and I
Okay,
am
John,
way off.
Let's
He's way off.
I am
40.
way
just
off.
hit me with your best guess here.
Oh God, 15.
Oh,
Oh, John with the
Holy
win!
shit!
Wow, did I guess it?
Exactly.
Yeah, audience scores 46. Say they liked it, but we all know audiences are idiots, so it's okay.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Our opinion means nothing. Only paid critics matter.
That's true.
That's an average rating of 3.3 out of 10. If you want to translate that to the typical scale.
Yeah. So Sir Anthony Hopkins is in this movie.
Sir Anthony
That is his
Hopkins.
official title.
I know.
And
Right up there with
he's in this
Kellen.
movie, and he could not even save it. He couldn't save it.
Bold statement. Did he eat anyone's faces?
What?
He's Hannibal Lecter. I
Oh.
think that would have made it better.
He should have ate people in Transformers.
I
Yeah.
ate his liver.
So Sir Anthony Hopkins plays this.
You can do that with Cybertron, or you can do that with Transformers. You can't do that with people.
He plays this last surviving member of this essentially cult. I don't know. They call it's like the Order of Witwickens. So this is
You're just kind of throwing
what?
words together.
Witwickens.
Witwickens?
Like
Witwiki?
yes.
Oh my fuck! So they started worshiping Shia LaBeouf.
No,
his great grandfather
That's
is
what
the
it
one who
should have
discovered
been.
them.
Right. Well, right. But okay, no, not even because it goes way back. So the movie begins, and you're in King Arthur times.
Oh Jesus!
And horses and people are just battling each other, and like they understand like science as magic. Like, oh, look at all this magic.
Get a fucking semi-truck just comes out.
No, not quite. Well, you have like this. You have Merlin, who's just like some drunk guy. He goes to this crashed Transformers ship, and there are ancient Transformers there,
which are like catapults at this point. I guess I don't know. Trebuchets. Yeah, there you go.
They're the last night Transformers, and he's like, "Yo, I need that staff, man." And this red Transformer's like, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, gives him the staff. And then for some reason, I go to the bathroom real quick. I come back. There's a dragon with 3 heads.
Metallic or just...
Oh, no, metallic. It's definitely a Transformer. I don't know what happened.
So they're saying, like, everything in our past is basically, like, those
all
mythical
of our
creatures.
Legends, all of our legends are Transformers.
Like the
It's
Loch Ness Monster is just like...
No, but I think
Might
that
as well
should have been the tagline. And then Merlin leads this dragon back down to this battlefield, and they just crush everything. And King Arthur's like, yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's
So
lore.
we'll write this down.
I'm pretty sure there's lore based on Transformers that are actually animals.
That's true.
I think so.
Yeah,
At some point, they went
dinosaurs.
to a planet, and there were Transformers that were based on animals.
Yes.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not out of the...
Fuck me.
Pushes up glasses.
God.
Actually, sir, it's not...
That's awful.
So,
Yes.
did this make you excited that they have 14 stories total to tell?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
What are we
I
on
was looking
now?
up. That was 5.
That was 5, and they have 14 in total.
They have 14 written. I knew I had heard a huge number like that. I think
So,
it goes all the way through like 20.
9 more?
Yes. Good math.
Wait,
John just math.
what?
They have 9 more Transformers.
Are you
Dude,
serious?
they're making bank off every single one.
They really are.
Let's just.
Yeah, please Google it. And
That's
make
why they
everyone
keep
sad.
making them. Michael Bay makes these nifty movies, and then everyone makes lots of money profit.
Yeah,
That's
Chris-
why there was an article about why people keep working with
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Because it's just an action-packed fun ride where you get
Yep.
paid a lot at the end.
Yes.
Chris Rock was like, one of my favorite things that he says is the jokes about like women dancing and how they'll dance to like the nastiest stuff.
Okay.
And the
all
thing
right.
he says is, if the beat's all right, they will dance all night. And I'm like, well, if
Wow,
it makes money,
just
why not
applies
keep
so
doing
much.
it? Right? It
Right.
applies. It's such a profound thing
Yeah.
he said on stage so many years
So
ago.
this one opened to the franchise low, but
Oh,
the
no.
weekend combined between international and national, it was over 250 million and cost 217 million to make, and it looks like it finished around 430 million. So they doubled their money, almost. Yeah, doubled.
Yeah.
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 This
Wow.
article says how far have the bots fallen, but they doubled their money.
How
On a
far?
$200 million production budget. So.
Yeah. So the
Jesus.
answer is not far. They maybe
Not
tripped.
far
Yeah.
enough.
They tripped.
They stumbled a little.
And they
But
still
they're
got the
bringing
layup
in
in.
John Cena for Bumblebee. So,
What?
what should I say? John Cena is the lead actor in the Bumblebee spin-off movie. You're welcome for dropping that knowledge bomb.
The
on me.
Bumblebee spin-off movie?
Yes.
What a great film.
Is that? I
Part
hope they
of- hold
camouflage
on.
Bumblebee because you can't see.
Does that mean there's going to be 8 left after that movie, or
I
is it a
believe-
spin-off
I
making
don't
it
know.
9?
Let me, okay.
Still.
we learned that we need to read. So let me go back to that article.
Oh Lord, that I enjoyed the first 2.
They were all
The
right.
first 2 weren't bad. The
The
first
third
2
one,
were
I
like,
fell
we'll
asleep.
see how this goes, and then the third one, yes, I was like, no. Even the second one, when they brought those dumbass 2 cars, the
Oh,
little
yeah.
ones who were
Yeah.
just kind of annoying.
Yeah, they're very
stereotypical.
Yes.
I don't know what they were going for there, honestly.
I've noticed
It
they don't
reminded
like
me of the guys from Fast and Furious, the
Yeah.
Brazilians. I think that's what they were going for. They were going for something like that.
Yeah, I saw. Was that in like 5?
Yeah, and
Yes.
they just keep showing up now.
Yeah.
And you're not quite sure what they actually contribute, but they're there.
They're like the grunts who are told to wait outside and don't do anything.
Okay,
that was one of those
after
scenes.
the last night, he revealed that there have been 14 separate stories written for potential movies. I'm reading that as there has been 14 more stories written.
Yes.
Since the last night.
But they're not
14 more.
confirmed.
No, but
be
I mean,
movies.
Okay.
they have the stuff for it.
But I mean, hey, that's
I
nine.
think
that's
I
nine
think the
more.
other part of that was they signed a contract for Michael Bay through like 2020 or something,
That's fine.
which is enough time to put out like 20
Millions,
different.
yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it's just
I'm okay with action films though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm if a group of people were like, "Hey, do you want to go see Transformers with us?" My initial reaction is really, yeah, I'd be a little more on the no side. But
I would go.
if it depends on the group of
Obviously.
people. Yes, John, if you were like, "Let's go Transformers," I'd be
say
like,
no,
"All
I
right,
don't
let's
want
go
to.
thanks.
Transformers."
We
Thanks
just keep
for that
you
backup.
But it's not like a movie I'm going to be like, fuck yeah, 19 more Transformers, or 14,
14, don't
9.
exaggerate.
I would be like,
God.
fuck yeah. That would be amazing.
He is like
Because I think
fucking
there are
right now.
other, like Dunkirk's action movies. I think, even though it's super sad that should happen for sure.
It's just
But,
too realistic.
yes,
Robots
people don't
can
like
die, no one
realism.
cares.
People do not like realism.
I cared. Some of them died in that one. It was real sad.
What was that? There's a movie where
This girl had an emotional connection to one. He got
War of the
blown
Planet
up.
of the Apes.
Oh,
I cared more when any of those apes died than I've ever cared about a character in a movie.
Oh yeah.
I literally cried.
I was
when,
pretty
when
upset
they were
James
like-
Franco wasn't in for the rest of it, but I'm glad it's
I'm
probably a
not
good
the biggest
thing.
James Franco fan
I
in the world.
love the Francos, man.
The one I can't stand his little brother though. Like
Dave?
James Franco,
First off,
Dave is the best.
I get behind a James Franco movie. I can't get behind that guy's movie.
Dave? He's the best. I think Dave's
First off,
hilarious.
he's the sexier of the two. Let's be real.
That's, I mean,
Let's
goes
be
without
real.
saying.
Without saying.
Oh, okay.
But James's movies are fucking funny.
They're
James,
very-
he
Segue.
Segue.
eat it.
Blade Runner.
Oh.
Blade Runner.
I think there's, okay, I can do a transition for this one.
Okay, sorry. In segue back to John.
Okay. Transformers has bad sequels, but you know what might be a good sequel? Blade Runner 2049.
And now it's time
Which
for
comes
the
out
tomato
next
meter
Friday.
guess. There's already reviews on Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes.
yeah.
Can someone give me their guess?
Actually, let's play a game.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna play one game, but let's play. Do you think that the original Blade Runner is on the tomato meter?
Yeah.
Probably not. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Because it's okay.
Should be.
I mean, I'm just saying because it's old. It's before.
Oh.
I don't know if they do.
They do old movies, I think, don't they?
So can we guess the original one?
Let's get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
get, So I may already know these
You
things.
probably
fine.
know.
That's
So
fine.
you guys,
Soren and I'll
you
guess.
guys guess. John's
look
ahead.
away,
It's
it's fine.
1-0 to John currently.
Okay.
Oh.
So original Blade Runner, I'm going to say that it has a 96.
Really?
I think it's high. I think it's up there.
I'm gonna go with 82.
Okay.
Okay. The original Blade Runner is at a 90% certified fresh. So you said 82?
I said 82. I'm 8 off.
So John is
5
at
off.
2-0. Do you guys want to do a
Yes.
double or nothing on the new one?
Yeah.
No.
It's not certified yet, but there are ratings in. You need the double or nothing, Soren. You're currently getting your ass
So
kicked.
hopefully we'll do one more, and then it won't be.
Yeah, we'll try to do one.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll just.
We'll just do
Uh,
1 point. We'll keep it 1 point.
What
I
are
don't
we?
I don't wanna screw John out
The
of this.
new one, huh?
Yeah, the new one.
And the current one has 95. Or
Current
90,
one's 90.
90.
Certified 90.
Okay. I think, and it's what it's at currently.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
it's at right now.
I think it is going to be a 77.
Really? I'm going with 85.
Okay.
I'm feeling something's got to be B.
93,
Oh.
98. Oh, that is with 45 reviews counted so far. They are 98.
What? How many
23,000 people have voted. 99% of them want to see this movie.
That blows me away.
Really?
That
I
is
am shocked.
45 reviews. And NPR, less a generational iteration from its precursor than an evolutionary leap. Whatever that means, that was too smart. Thank you, Chris Klimek. Always bringing me some knowledge.
Yes,
I'll Google those words later.
All right. Wow, that is shocking.
Yeah, Hey, is this going to be the first time where a sequel actually does better?
Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
I feel like I've seen sequels that have been good, but I can't name any right now. But
There's one particular that I can imagine the movie in my head.
yeah.
But it blew the first one out of the water.
The Nut Job 2.
No, not quite. Trolls 2. I mean, there's no Trolls 1, and Trolls 2 is renowned as the worst movie ever made. But
I thought it was the Emoji Movie. It was real bad.
no, Trolls 2 came out in like the 80s. You should watch it. There's a documentary called The Worst Movie Ever Made, and it's about Trolls 2. So the director didn't speak English. His wife's the one who wrote the movie, and then my favorite quote is, "You see this sign? This is hospitality. We don't piss on hospitality." Because during the movie, the kid pulled down his pants and pees on the food to stop them from turning into goblin food. Because I believe there are no actual trolls in this movie. There are goblins. Watch it and thank me later.
Wow, that just leaves me speechless.
There's a 5-minute scene where there's just someone screaming. It's like Dragon Ball Z, but they're just like being turned into goblin food, and she's just screaming for hours. My dad and I watched it together. It was good bonding time.
Sounds like playing E.T.
It sounds
okay.
like
Sorry, that was an aside. So Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, so Blade Runner. I'm shocked at that new one. Like I know, like this is before it's even came out, but my God, a 98%. I haven't been really that impressed by the trailers.
I've
to be
seen
honest,
like one, and it was a couple weeks ago, so I don't really remember too much.
They look like real visually appealing.
Yes,
I think they just wanted to show that Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling will in fact be in the same scene together.
I don't know if I can do. What Ryan Gosling was in?
La La Land, timeless classic.
Drive.
Oh God, yeah. There was another one he was in though that was like. No, that was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm sorry. That was what was the?
Why those?
Well, they did like a weird like in the future he goes back in time. Looper
with Bruce Willis.
Yes, I don't know. I thought Ryan Gosling was in that one.
He kind of looks like Ryan Gosling because they fuck up his face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, at one point I was like, wait a second. I thought this was.
Who are you? Yeah,
just a little caption of their name on top.
Who is this?
That's what I need for movies.
Yeah, honestly. God.
But I don't know. I still haven't seen Blade Runner. I still haven't, which is going to be like the theme. Soren doesn't do things well. But everyone says I got to watch it. My dad's been hounding me to watch Blade Runner, and like Fallout 4 has like that reference in Blade Runner, and I just haven't watched that.
I think your dad and I are going to go watch the new one when it comes out.
Yeah, he's wanting me to come over this weekend.
Has he adopted
tonight, actually.
I mean, it kind of seems like that.
That's how my family works.
Soren hasn't watched Blade Runner, so he's done. John's in.
Yeah.
Soren's out.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say. I mean, the first one, I really liked it. I will say that I think the plot was like kind of convoluted. But if you watch it enough times, it's like, oh, now I get what they're trying to say.
What are they trying to say, John?
On the fourth time, I learned something.
Because I didn't think it was that.
It's more like, I don't know.
It's the movie that keeps on giving.
It is. Like you watch it and then it's like, we are robots or something, synthetics. Is that what they're called? I don't know what they're called there. We want to be treated as humans, and then like the main baddie of the robots, the synthetics, and Blade Runner Harrison Ford are like having a discussion about what it means to like be human. He's like, I just want to be treated like a person. And then I'm pretty sure
so do I.
I think Harrison Ford kills him. I can't really remember.
Well, this is what people treated like.
One, he is not the Blade Runner. He is a Blade Runner.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's start there.
Oh.
And you got the gist.
Like
How did you not get that the first time? They literally say what they want. Blade Runners are the people who hunt down.
Well, Harrison Ford's just a synth the whole time, or is that?
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe
Fallout 4.
No, there's a pretty clear scene where his eyes
back up
turn the colors.
That's like a real thing.
Yeah, we don't know. He might be, or he may not be.
They came back later, and Ridley Scott's like, I showed it in the film, and then so people went through, and there's literally a scene where his eyes turn the red that they get from the reflection from the synths in the middle of the film.
As long as it doesn't turn out like Terminator, I think we'll be fine.
Well, see, so the issue with Terminator is they killed off half the Arnolds in the movie right off the bat. And you need both Arnolds.
Jesus.
One Arnold cannot carry a movie.
If you just put hot
Superstar.
people in the movie, you can attempt to revitalize the franchise.
I don't even think it really needed revitalized. I just think they made very poor decisions all around.
Well, then they were like,
throwing Daenerys in
Yeah.
there doesn't do it. It's like when they put Sansa into the X-Men movies.
oh yeah,
And then like, oh crap, she is actually not a good actress at all.
No,
But now
really
she's the
not.
Phoenix, so enjoy.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Said
There's
what?
other. What else do we got?
That was pretty much it for movie talk. We were probably. I think it looks like we're gonna move on to gaming news.
Yay!
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
do it.
Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and put a big old graphic up there in the YouTube vid.
Bit.
Perfect. So, I think the big news, what I'm really excited for, new Red Dead trailer dropped.
I haven't played Red Dead. Disclaimer. I just don't.
No, clarify, because this confused me when you said it the first time. You have played Red Dead. You
yes.
decided you weren't a fan of Red Dead and
Yes.
quit after 10 minutes.
Because it felt too much like GTA in general. So I just
So
felt
you-
like
you
it
not
was
like
it was
GTA?
West. I love GTA. I like to play GTA. I don't like to play GTA on a horse.
Your
That's
complaint
just
is
like-
literally what the game was supposed to be.
Yes.
Is the issue.
Yeah,
Your
like,
complaint is
just-
the game is
just-
exactly
no, yes.
what they said it was going to be.
But I didn't. When I played it, I played it like a couple years after it came out. Like once all my friends were like, "All right, we're done," and I was like, "Cool, can I
played
just
it,
play your
like-
copy?"
Like during the hype.
Yeah.
And I think I bought like all the DLC,
No.
played like Undead Nightmare.
I never played on
I
that.
knew all my friends were into it. I
Yeah.
knew like the DLC was crazy. My friends would literally get online and they'd get on like Xbox Party or whatever, and they'd just play fucking poker or
Yeah.
whatever, and we would just shoot shit. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do this, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna talk to y'all.
I will say, you know, it was definitely not as immersive as like GTA 5 like ended up becoming. I think once you were done like the main story in Red Dead, that was pretty much it.
But
Once
like,
you were done, like 60 hours
Yeah.
into the game.
Right.
there's a lot of content. I know that, but like, I'm not saying like it's just not a game. Like the mechanics made me not want to play it because it just reminded me too much of GTA.
That's fair.
But I know the story's badass.
Story's
I've
really
looked up
badass.
like different
There's
quest videos and
There's a
different stuff
Jose
for him.
Gonzalez song at the end that just really makes you want to cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really cool stuff, but it's just I couldn't get past the whole Rockstar aesthetic thing, and
Okay.
that's just how it worked, I guess. I am excited for hopefully GTA 6 coming out soon. Hopefully,
No, maybe.
I would say
No.
nowhere near.
I think
soon.
we're like 3, 4,
they're gonna milk that cash cow for
5
their.
years off.
Oh no, they've mastered the art of. Oh, you don't have to do microtransactions, but everyone knows you do
Yep.
at this point.
Yeah.
That's why they sell it with shark cards now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Also, it's a super toxic community, but they're just letting it run amok.
That's
so.
true. It's pretty bad.
it is pretty
I
bad.
don't know if you guys watch like I don't know, people play it like on YouTube, but like I watch like Funhouse like
Yeah.
regularly play it on Thursdays. Another shout out, you know, you could go.
At one point, they'll just hire us.
yeah, like they're
Are we tagging them in our tweets about this?
No.
And then get on that.
Okay.
like they'll play it, and they are constantly like griefed by people that are hacking. Like during, like they play it
Yeah.
on PC, and like it is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to produce like a quality video, and then like they just keep getting like shot from like nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like their like cargo bob will like blow up, and they're like, "Great, this is high quality content. This is what we like." And like it's even gotten to the point where Adam was like talking in chat like to tell people to fuck off. And like then like some of their fans come in or whatever, and like they are like trying to like protect them and like preserve what is going to be like left of the video.
Jesus Christ.
It's gotten to that point, and like Rockstar just I don't know why this is like something that they can't police. Like I don't know.
Or are they making money off of it? Yes. So
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Until people start not doing it.
using the N word on their live streams, then I think like we're still gonna be in that toxic
Yeah.
community.
Yeah,
A different game, man.
Yeah, it was.
it's true, but
I don't know. I mean, the new Red Dead trailer does look good.
It does. And
if they updated things to make it feel, to me, if it's less GTA for me, then I guess I'll, like, if I see the gameplay and it's like, oh.
It may be more realized, because I feel like they were kind of taking a chance on Red Dead Redemption when it first came out.
Definitely.
And now it's
like, wait, you only make GTA.
It's like, here's a game. It's finished. Has a lot to do in it. We're not sure what we want it to be. And now, looking at just like screenshots of this, it looks like it's going to be, the world is obviously very similar. It's confirmed that it is a prequel.
Yeah, it is.
And it looks like it'll be, so John Marston, the protagonist of the first one, was in this gang. It was like Dutch's gang or something like that.
Yes. Are we doing the Hateful Eight?
No.
Damn it.
Let's see.
It was a great movie.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a story of, this is from Polygon. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a story of outlaw Arthur Morgan and the Vanderlyn gang as they rob, fight, and steal their way across the vast and rugged heart of America in order to survive. Which you could literally just move that over to GTA, so it might be not Soren's.
Yeah, that's like a
I was
better
gonna
story.
say they're not gonna change to what Soren's saying because
Yeah.
literally his complaint is what everyone loves so much about it.
Sure.
Yeah. So I probably won't.
That's
be
like me
playing
saying
this
I hope the next Transformers movie doesn't have those stupid ass robots in it. I just really go for
That's
the
true.
character development of Mark Wahlberg being dirty all the time.
I mean,
Constantly.
that's
He's constantly
why
struggling with
I
showers.
like games. I'm more of a story gamer.
Yeah, and I feel like the story is gonna be pretty dope. I wonder what role John Marston is gonna have to play in this, if any. Like
cameo.
probably a cameo, right? Because like this is
You don't
Get
wanna
on the ground!
You don't want to ruin what they established.
Yeah.
in the movie.
right. I don't. Yeah, and it just seems so. It says you'll be playing as Arthur Morgan, who's just like a member of the Vanderlyn gang.
I wonder how many like things they're going to do as like nods to the first one.
I'd
Based
say
on, like,
very
the-
few. I feel like because
Really?
like GTA doesn't have really that many when you think about it. There's 4 that come before.
That's true, but like this is a game where they actually go back to one of the characters who has either died or is one of the main characters of another.
They haven't even
game
said
they
that they're
have.
gonna.
They said he was.
what?
They
It was
haven't
John
confirmed that
Marston's
John
gang.
Marston's.
So I
even
assume-
No, it's not the same gang. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it the same gang?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not understanding. Like, I don't think they're gonna do that much with him.
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
think
they-
they're gonna do some weird like nods to the first game, but I don't think it's gonna be like just like John Marston.
I think and like GTA is like I
Specific.
feel like even in the past like they were like notorious for putting in nods to, like other like GTA
like Vice City
games,
stuff
right.
and like yeah.
But like I don't know, and at like I feel like the beginning of GTA 5 they make a reference to Nico Bellic in GTA 4.
Yeah.
Like there's this guy in New York that's like doing a bunch of robbing a bunch of banks, blah blah.
They do really small shit like that.
Yeah,
though.
and so I think it'll be kind of like that. But since this is a prequel,
yeah, that I'm saying
it'll
there's-
be very limited, and instead it'll be just kind of like more like setting the world up. So really, I think that this is smart because if you look at like Red Dead Redemption 2, that was like towards the end of like that era, like of cowboys and like the West being wild and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's when they made the Lawless Land with some authority, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
They're not saying it's the. They said the leader is the same between the gangs, but it's not necessarily the same gang.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
the other one was called like Dutch's crew. That's why I was
Yeah.
confused.
Okay. Fair.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. So it will be slightly different. This will be a different iteration of the gang, if you will.
Oh.
Which okay, I'm fine with. I think it's going to be. I'm excited for it. I like games like this. Yeah.
That's because you have taste, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. I don't.
And we'll get to that more.
My
in a
I
few-
just don't like to
few points
lasso
here.
some dude and just drag him on my horse for a while.
That was
It's just not.
so fun.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
That was so fun. One other game that I had played that was kind of like this. It was like way back in like PS2. It was a game called Gun.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I played Gun.
Oh,
I'd watch I could only watch back in the day.
I could only watch.
So I watched my dad play Gun. He was really into that.
It was
There was also a game called Time Splitters.
Yes.
I
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
Time
It's
Splitters
so good.
2. It's amazing.
Oh. It was
And
so
they
good.
and they did a Western mission that was one of my favorite ones too.
dope. Dope.
Which was also the best part about Time Stories, because each fucking mission's different, and it feels like a completely different game.
I liked Red Dead, the classic shooting the rope for the hanging. Never functioned
Yeah.
correctly, but the one time I got it, it was super fun.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, the guy hung. So
Yeah.
it was sad.
It's like,
And then I'd like run up with a pistol and shoot at it.
I remember, yeah.
Oh, I shot him! No,
I remember,
don't die!
like,
Don't
there's,
die!
like,
who shot him? I don't
criminals
know. I
trying
tried
to hang someone, and I tried to save them, and I died in the process. And
One
it was
time,
just
I don't
really
think this was
bad.
supposed to happen, but I shot at the rope, and the guy turned to shoot me, and they just shot the guy in the back. Like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense, what you just did, but I don't think it was on purpose.
That's one of my favorite thing about QuickTime events, when they do them funny. When you mess up and they actually show what happens to you, and like a funny thing, like Spider-Man falls and dies.
oh, right, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
those are my favorite things.
Here are
Like,
the consequences of not
Yeah.
understanding what buttons to press,
yes,
idiots.
yes. So, like, when you don't save the person, or the mechanic doesn't work when you shoot the line, it's just like, oh, it's supposed to be a hero, but I fucked up so bad. But in those games,
Just walk
there's
away,
no,
no one knows, yeah.
there's no restart it. You just lost a life.
God. So, speaking of open world games, Fallout 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday, guys. I'm excited about this. No one else seems excited.
I didn't know it was coming out, so
What do you mean
yeah.
coming out?
the 20. Oh,
No,
did you say
this was just the 20th anniversary.
Oh,
You could get
oh.
the original Fallout for free yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, on Steam. Not anymore, though, so don't get
sad.
excited. So
What is it, like $2 now?
It's $10. So I just want to ask you guys, do you think the genre is getting worse because they're trying to expand the world too big and there's the same amount of stuff to do? So, example,
The genre or the property? Fallout or open
the
world
genre
based games?
open world
Okay.
overall. So you have kind of two different categories at this point. You have The Witcher 3 and you have Dragon Age, which kind of went the way of separate areas. Like, but they're condensed, but there's more to do in all of them, I feel like. They're more realized.
Yeah.
Versus Skyrim, which is a massive map where you sometimes run into random animals and dragons out in the wild, or Fallout 4, or 3, or New Vegas, really, where there's just these long stretches where there's diddly
Nothing.
squad.
Yeah.
And when you get to it, so like when you got to New Vegas, it was literally nothing. It was
Yeah.
Could play
2
some
parts
cards.
and 6 stories of empty casino.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm an outlier in the gaming community. I like open world, but it also frightens me.
Yeah,
It frightens me
There's
to
a
play
lot,
games like that.
because it's like nothing but hours.
So not even like that. Like, I'm truly frightened and scared. So when I play Skyrim, I hate having to like not fast travel because I don't want to get attacked by shit and then be like, oh, and then like have to react. I hate that. Fallout, same thing. And you have real shit in Fallout that can destroy you. And it's like, God, I just had like all these sweet weapons. I'm gonna go. I don't know. This is dumb. And I have to go back and do this, and like there are gonna be those super mutants over there. I don't want to do that. Where am I gonna go? It's safe. Nothing's safe.
Once again, I feel like this is one of
Fallout's
those
a
things
pretty-
where the biggest complaint is literally the main concept of the.
I hate
Just
it.
the whole concept is your biggest complaint.
I
Well,
hate it.
I get that more in Fallout, because literally every other... Well,
Yeah.
I mod the shit out of Bethesda games.
Okay.
So my Skyrim experience is I go into Kiba mode, and if I see anyone, I use the Tsukiyome to freeze them. And this is all Naruto shit that that you guys don't know, but like I do Naruto mods in Skyrim.
love
Yes. Or like I do Dragon Ball Z mods, or if I do Lord of the Rings stuff.
Let's just the base game. I think is what I was more aiming at.
Right, but I'm
that's
saying,
fine.
like, you can add more content to either make the game easier or make yourself, or make it harder, or really, the thing about Bethesda-specific open-world games is that even when you run out there with super mutants, you can either mod yourself in better guns to take care of those situations, or better armor, or whatever, or you can just die, which is really like...
I mean, only 2/3 of the player base can do that. Though.
True, only well now.
And that's
now
not
a
even
little
2/3.
more.
I know because the
At least
game
for
takes
4,
so
Fallout
much to
4,
run.
But yeah,
Because so even if you're a PC gamer, if you don't have a freaking powerhouse, you can run maybe a few mods and maybe the base game and hope your PC doesn't crash horrifically. Because my PC has issues with it.
I mean, Yeah, there are some. But I'm just saying, like, that's for someone who just does modded open world game Bethesda stuff. It's a lot more fun when you add more content that's not based on like you are pretty underleveled if you're playing on like survival and you go out in Fallout 4. You better be fucking prepared. You are gonna die. You will die. You're gonna have to save at every fucking corner.
And seeing that just makes me so nervous. Skyrim, I had a better experience.
Yeah, Skyrim was a lot less. If
like,
you go out into the world, you won't die as much because there's
Right.
like actual like law.
Yeah, I feel like, if I remember correctly, it's been a minute. Skyrim, like the enemies like leveled up with you, kind of.
Yeah,
But then
somewhat.
at a point, you became so freaking powerful, it didn't matter.
One of my friends, he does this like alchemy. There's like alchemy stuff you can do that like makes you to like crazy regenerative powers and hundreds of health just because you have armor on.
Yeah.
And he makes himself into God mode all the time and then goes through and just wrecks everything. And I'm like, that doesn't seem fun to me. You know, that there's a lot, but then no one.
That would be very.
I'm
fun.
the one
I'd
who
be
builds a bunch of stuff. Like
Okay.
no one does the building, but I'm over there like I gotta make this like 60-story building. Let's go.
Let's go.
So
yeah, I just.
But like I've never played Dragon Age. Is that like a what do you mean like it's separate sections?
So like you go in and each section it's like this very dense area. Like the first section you go into is basically choose whether you're going to join the Templars or the Apostate mages. And then like it's I played 35 hours in the first area alone and there's 5 more areas. And they're just completely it's like going to a different country. It's like if you took Skyrim but you also threw in Morrowind and all those other places and instead of making each map the size of like a real fucking Earth, it would just be
like
content in one spot.
Yeah, I bought that game and I loved all the other Dragon Ages. I played them like start to finish, and they're like some of the best times I've had like console gaming.
I know, like the
Dragon Age not
Origins, right?
Is it Origins?
Inquisition
is the one that came out, and wow.
Yeah,
I was
heard that
really
one was supposed to be
overwhelmed.
really crazy good.
Like it was very good.
They don't tell you anything really. Like I didn't realize for the longest time that I was in the like one area. I thought it was the area.
Oh.
And then I'm just like, oh, I've traveled like 1 square kilometer away from the start.
It's like I put so much time and effort into this, and it doesn't mean anything right now. I'm in.
They also make you make that decision really fast. Like you have to choose sides within the first couple hours. But like I said, I was like, so I just walked around it. I did like every mission around it, and then I picked a side, and they're like, oh, well, you're gonna have to redo like half your stuff now.
I do like that more because one thing, if you're not fast traveling in classic, I guess to me Bethesda's like the current open world king, I guess, of actual open world where you can explore. Here's the map. You can explore every single crevice on this. Go for it.
Absolutely, yes.
But there's so much empty space. There's so much stuff that you don't need to put in there, and they just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the issue is you're being punished for not fast traveling, and like most people don't even realize it. I played a playthrough with 80 hours, I think, on there right now, where I walked. I didn't fast travel at all. Just decided I was gonna hoof it everywhere I wanted to go. And I found approximately 30 really cool missions I had no idea existed. And I shouldn't have to choose between 80 hours of walking around to do cool stuff or, like, very obvious missions.
Yeah.
There's one with a flying robot spaceship. It's a pirate ship. It's a like an old-fashioned pirate ship that flies. It's also
the
a
USS
spaceship.
whatever.
And it's just in the middle of a random city with nothing around it.
Oh, this is Fallout?
Yeah,
Yes,
Fallout, sorry.
I played this.
Yeah.
Sorry. And it's just there. And I'm just like... It was through that playthrough.
Yeah, I didn't see that until like
this?
my
And then it
second
crashes
playthrough.
into another building.
Yeah.
And if you don't walk all the way up that building, you don't find out that you can get a free gun.
Yep.
Super cool gun too. Yeah. Also, I'm still bothered by the fact that the Deliverer, if you choose the railroad, you get this really silent, like classic Walter PPK looking thing from James Bond.
Yeah, they're like.
And that's the only one.
Gun.
I'm so sick of
the
their
railroad
textures.
sucks.
I think Fallout's the worst at just fucking plugging and chugging in some textures and being really lazy with their designs.
Yep.
Their gunplay is still garbage, and it's a big improvement, and it's still not good. The textures are still bad, stop making it bigger and give me something real. Like I
Yeah.
said, I should walk into a New Vegas casino and see the exact same thing for 6 floors.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's New Vegas, and you gave me 4 casinos.
Same with like when
And, like, 12
they
people.
when they came out with their like, all right, you can build settlements. I thought it was gonna be like a little more intricate than what it was, and it's
Yeah.
really not. It's like you get some people, and this is it. So
And
the best
they,
you can do is just
Predator
cool
here,
designs.
and,
That's
yeah.
about all you got.
Soren already knows I'm a huge
It's
detractor to building. I think it is the single worst mechanic they've implemented, only
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was supposed to be optional, and then guess what? Main mission.
But
Yeah.
you don't
Let's go to
craft. Do you craft?
6 out of 10. I craft stuff. I
No,
don't
no,
build
no,
settlements.
Minecraft.
Oh, I do Minecraft.
You do?
Yeah, but I
You
play
craft?
I play
craft?
Minecraft for Minecraft. I play Fallout for an
Wait.
RPG, not a very poorly done builder.
Yeah.
Where it literally was just every DLC. How many story? We got like what 2 story DLCs? One of which was one of the best DLCs
2.
they've ever released.
Which one?
The one in Maryland, Far Harbor.
Yeah.
That was one of the best. That it shows what I mean.
Nuka
It was
World is
a
fucking
small,
hilarious, though.
concentrated story.
Yeah.
That's a self-contained area. You don't have to do a big city. There's an article. I
The
was reading-
DLCs are probably the best thing about Fallout because they
take
sit
you
down, they
somewhere
take the
else.
time, and they make this smaller mission, and they basically make another main quest line, which is really cool.
Because wouldn't you be happy if they took like 6 or 7 of those kind of stories, chained them together, and kind of the connector was like, your job is to reconnect this supply line or something
Yeah.
like that's this Vault Dwellers.
That's why
job.
I think the issue with Fallout is the pacing, which I think
Yeah.
most other open world games do better. With if you're like Divinity Original Sin 2, which is what I'm playing now. I'm still in the same area, and I've been playing for like 5 hours now. I'm still in the prison. I'm still in like the prison area. Like I've been thrown into jail like 3 times on accident for having my collar off, and I was like, that's interesting. But you don't get those nuances. You don't get those condensed levels and stories in certain areas of Fallout because they're like everyone needs to just run around and do whatever they want and have fun. You'll find stuff, go have fun. But then their other quest lines don't deliver. Like there's this one thing.
This game looks fucking crazy. I'm looking at it on Kotaku right
Divinity?
now. Yeah.
It's fucking
We all
insane.
need to get it and
Holy
build a little party
shit.
together.
Yes,
It's literally
it's Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah. The
but
best description I've said is all those things you do in Dungeons and Dragons where it's like, oh, I'm about to die. I try a speech roll to convince them.
and
to
I've
fall
been
in love
trying
with
to
me.
find a magic
It's
game.
stuff like that.
Yes, it's so cool.
Okay.
I finally found a good magic game.
I would be down for this.
I think what Fallout does good is that it does a bunch of shitty things differently than everyone else. So like no other game allows you to kind of like build a settlement like that from scratch. I think that's a really cool concept. I think that the story stuff that they go with is really interesting. I think their lore is probably more interesting than most other like. I don't think the lore for Divinity is crazy interesting because it's just more magic shit. You know, at some point, when magic is involved and old stuff, you kind of get it. Swords are swords, magic's magic, whatever. Everything has different origin stories. Oh, that one's better than the other. But Fallout's, like, I think they just fuck up how they present their new content. Like, this is what we're trying to do, but then they do it
Poorly.
half, yes. Because I think there could have been a lot better potential for the building system. I think there was a lot more you could have done in general with the factions besides being scared of everything. I think like there was no like what I loved about New Vegas in 3 is that there were actual consequences after the main storyline. In 4, there's not. There's really not too much that happens crazy after. Like, basically, if you side with any of the factions, then the other faction will be pissed off at you, and one of them will be gone. You either lose the Pridwin or you lose the Institute area. That's about the most. So I just think that Bethesda has tried, and they created something good, but it's just not everyone's cup of tea.
It is, and so I played...
Which is why I think they're banking on mods so much.
Yeah.
'Cause I really think they realize, well, a lot of people just want to fuck with our content. Well, let's just let them. But also now we're going to
Well, I
make them
just
pay
think
for
it's
it.
crappy to dismiss. Once again, 2/3 of your player base. The reason Fallout 3 was such a big hit
Yep.
was because of consoles. Did
Yep.
it even come out on PC at the same time? I think it got
don't-
released later on
I think
PC.
so.
later.
Yeah.
But it was like a huge console release.
Mm-hmm.
And it was successful because they put in real work as
Yeah.
opposed to same textures from then.
Yeah, they're like Rivet City, like that was one of the coolest concepts I've ever like come across. Like a city in a ship, an old ship.
Yeah.
That is crazy, and that was part of pacing for the main storyline. You go to this giant ass city, and there's like loads of things to do before you even have to go. Like in Fallout 4, you have to run around for 80 hours until you actually find a giant fucking pirate ship, which is not on any, like, the radio doesn't tell you there's a giant pirate ship anywhere. No one else tells you there's a giant pirate ship anywhere. You just
I think they
run
need to
into
cut
it.
the radio if they're not going to put more time into it, personally.
Yes, that was
If you're just
really
going to be lazy and
disappointing.
put on 4 songs and then like the same, literally the same voice options, because there's more voice options, but you have to do the things you don't know exist.
If
Right.
you're not listening to The Lone Wanderer, Rocket 69, or a couple other ones, then that's about
I
it.
still can sing the whole song, the Kick in the Head from New Vegas.
Yes.
I can sing it from memory. I've heard it
Jingle
so many.
jangle. But yeah.
Sorry, that's my woodpecker.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real great. They're protected, so you can't take them out.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know if that came up on the mic, but there was a sound that made me think that someone was entering this house, and I was very alarmed.
I have Star Wars collectibles, so probably, you know.
Right.
But, I don't know. Open world games are interesting, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I run away from the genre unless it's like GTA stuff.
So what's your favorite, like, genre of games?
Don't even know. I like specifically like franchises. I like Civ on the PC like a lot. I think that's amazing. I'll play like Battlefield 1 a lot. I love that shit. Love GTA. Really, it takes a lot for me to like stray from these little franchises and shit that I like. Like I'll probably play like the next Elder Scrolls game. Like I really like that in terms of like open world. Yeah, but something about Fallout 4.
2025 or something. Once the new consoles come out and they remake Skyrim, I think they're gonna start working on it.
I hope. Something about Fallout 4. Like I played like probably like right up to like the end of like the main story. I didn't quite like. I just read spoilers or whatever, and I was like, okay, and then I uninstalled it because I was just like, this is I can't.
I've played 600 some hours of the game,
Jeez.
and I have yet to beat the main story.
I think for Skyrim, I
Granted that like most of those hours are just building, but
I think I put in like 80 hours, 100 hours on console and Xbox 360 when for Skyrim I did, yeah.
Fallout, yeah. I don't know. It was just I when shit gets stressful in my life, I like games that I can build in.
Okay.
726 hours
that's why I do
Soren.
for what?
for Fallout 4. 726 hours.
700?
Yeah,
Okay.
26.
Jesus.
Just
More
keeping
than
us-
I thought.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. It's like, and I think I'm kind of the same way because I like Minecraft, and that shit for me is just soothing.
Yeah.
I know that everyone likes to shit
Yeah.
on Minecraft, but it's just soothing.
Yep. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But you give me a fucking shovel and a couple hours, I will build a kingdom.
I just go to fucking creative mode. I just fucking fly around that bitch and just have all the blocks I want.
Yeah.
Just fucking create whatever. That's what I do. I do that. Civ for me is kind of the same way. I just like it's not real stressful. Just put it on fucking settler, choose fucking whatever, Roman Empire, and just fucking have at it.
Now
Maybe
I gotta
install a
get that.
mod where I can
It
just,
takes me probably 30 minutes. If I play the game alone, it takes me about 30 minutes to start the game because I gotta choose the right map.
Yeah.
Don't say if you're playing alone.
That's what I'm saying.
It takes
I'm
so
saying-
long.
It go quicker. I
no,
go quicker.
it goes
I
30
don't
minutes.
take the first 30 minutes to start the game.
No, you
'cause
took
we
20
just
the last
start.
time
we
We
played.
just start,
It's
and
different.
no matter
Yeah.
where we start.
The last time we played together, so one, he individually moves every single unit, every single turn.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it's the beginning or he has 100 units. It seems to take the same amount of time between one worker and 7 workers.
Well, we should all play. I think because I've never really played Civ with like humans.
It's different.
I think I played it with your brother like way back, and that was like
3,
four.
4.
Yeah, probably 4.
Probably 4, I think, is what we played. And I was not very good at it because they understood the strategy like a lot more. Because I just only play against fucking
Computers.
the computer.
Well, I mean, so the kind of crappy thing is, So we played, the first time we played, there was 2 other guys there. And they got really mad because I killed them. And it's like, okay, well, I'm the Huns. You're the only other person on this continent.
Yeah, it's like, this is
What did
literally
you
the
want me to do?
strategy for
So
this.
so from then on, I had to kind of like change my complete play style because like one time there was a guy below me and he was like offering me stuff so I wouldn't kill him, and then I culture bombed him and took over his city.
Oh well, yeah.
And he
I
got mad
remember
and
that.
stormed
It
off.
was
He stormed
so
out, and but then they always like,
fucking funny.
but then they always get mad at me. They're like, "You're not even that good because we have more culture points than you at the beginning." Like that's so weird because you always lose.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's weird
back
because
to
I
playing
culture
with
bombed
Soren.
you. Yeah.
This guy had the most science, the most culture, the most gold, and the most conquest points, and he lost. He didn't build any of the rocket. He didn't build any of the wonders that would get him the tourism points.
Yep.
He helped me stop someone from spreading their religion so they didn't win, but never spread his own religion. And and just kind of sat there while I did all this.
Oh shit.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't play to win, man. I just play to play.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I like to do in games where you have to stockpile or Civ or Fallout or anything where you build your own whatever, I'm a hoarder. And I am a non-aggressor, so I will just sit there and just accumulate shit. And then once I have stuff, I'll buy units, or I'll buy whatever, or I'll build stuff, or I'll make this little kingdom that's mine, and then I won't do anything with it. Like, it just sits there, and we're like, hey, we're over here, but like, that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just existing, which is kind of weird to play that way, but that's
Speaking
what I
of
do.
building stuff, let's talk about Fortnite because you can build stuff in it.
Okay.
Smooth segue. So Fortnite originally is a base building co-op survival game where you fight waves of zombies.
I never played it.
Fortnite,
Oh shit! Yes, okay, I
free
remember
to
seeing
play.
this now.
Well,
Yes.
it's pay to play until it comes out of early access. Then it's going to be free to play. Well, then
Oh,
they said,
thank
you know
God.
what's
Oh.
doing really well? PUBG. So what are we going to do? We're going to copy and paste PUBG right on into our game.
Really?
And that's what they did, but in a very Fortnite-y way.
Are there like zombies
You
coming
remember?
in?
No. You remember how we talked about Fortnite gonna get sued by Bluehole? Yeah. So good reason for that. Major differences: you jump out of a flying bus instead of a plane. There are not loot boxes. There's not like an inventory management system. You just pick stuff up. You have 5 slots, and you can build stuff. Oh, and it's cartoony, but it's super fun. Not in no way better than PUBG. Not
You
even
know what
a
this
little
looks
bit.
like? This looks like Team Fortress 2.
Yep, same art style.
Yep.
So does not look like PUBG. Doesn't play as well as PUBG, but it is free to play, and it isn't constantly crashing all the time on my PC because they know how to optimize the game. Bluehole, get your shit together.
The campaign limited edition is $150.
Yeah, but this is free to play, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
That's like saying that's the collector's edition of it. So yeah, it costs money.
Oh,
Right, okay.
God.
Yeah.
The Super Deluxe Edition is $90. The Deluxe Edition is $60. Standard Edition, $40. With the Standard Edition, you get 7 pinata packs.
Pinata packs.
I don't know what pinata pack is. That's not on the
Probably
battle.
like
battle
loot boxes.
With the
or
Deluxe
whatever.
Edition, you get rare starter weapon pack, including the Breacher and the retractable floor spikes, the Ninja
Anyways,
Sword, the
so
Scoped Bullseye,
The thing we're actually talking
and the
about
Crusader.
is
Oh,
the fact that on their first day they had 1 million players.
That's pretty good.
So
Pretty
you
good.
think they're going to you think they're gonna my theory right now is Fortnite's gonna make a big company, a real company. Fortnite, by the way, makes the Unreal Engine, which is why it looks like Team Fortress. I knew there was a connection between them, which is funny because PUBG runs in the Unreal Engine. But just a little aside there that they're being sued by
Who really
people
stole what?
using their engine for stealing.
Their stuff.
Their
that they
stuff.
made.
Oh, you know, if we get the Deluxe
Super
Edition,
meta.
we get a digital Standard Edition for a friend.
Send it
You
to me,
get to
bud.
buy another free game for
You
someone
get to
else?
you get to spend $90 and get 2 editions of the game.
That's sweet.
The one
That's
that's
a-
subpar.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
I
Let's talk about this.
I don't know,
limited edition.
when I
Or
saw-
you could just be patient and get
Yeah,
it for free and
that's
not
true.
complain about them playing the game that is the gaming industry.
If I saw the trailer and it looked kind of cool. Is it 4 people you can?
You can
or-
go up to
to
4.
four?
Duos come out next week.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, also,
Um,
they're releasing all this stuff in 3 weeks instead of 12 months. So,
That's
Yeah.
a poor strategy.
Why is that? No. Okay, I want
3
you.
weeks, then 12 months?
No.
Versus
3
what?
weeks versus the 12 months it's taken PUBG to do this stuff.
Oh.
Fortnite has
That
a
makes sense.
full game out when they launch.
Early
PUBG
access.
launches random crap. It's all early access. They're both early access.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about early access stuff?
I think that's just the way of the future with games. Honestly,
Just let people play it and let it develop on its own. Based
yeah,
on
I
the
think
community.
without I don't know, because everything it's either a AAA title or it's early access, and if you don't have that money to make games, even AAA title, they're all fucking early access. Because it seems like they just fucking launch the game. I think
Assassin's Creed.
I think Mass Effect fucking Andromeda is a great example of that. They launched the game, and it was a pile of steaming shit, and it apparently still is. So many different
But they're ending support for it, so it's fine.
yeah,
Unless
that's
you
true.
finish though.
Yeah.
So.
And so they essentially, I would say it was not finished. Also, Fortnite looks really cool. I'm watching the trailer on mute right now.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
But I think everything is early access now. Because, they're essentially giving you fucking unfinished parts of the game. One, they're unfinished because of bugs, but also they're going to add so much fucking DLC. I think that's just the fucking world we live in now.
I felt so bad for this kid I had a kid in one of my gaming classes, and he dressed up every day. He had he had N7 shoes and an N7 backpack, all that stuff, and he was so excited for Andromeda. And our teacher would always ask us what we were playing before class, just to get to know us, I guess. And he was like, playing Mass Effect Andromeda, it's the best. And I was like, that's not what everyone's saying. Everyone is saying this is a steaming pile of garbage, but
yeah, but how many games have you liked?
Yes, yeah, and that's what I was like. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I get liking things that aren't necessarily mainstream.
Yeah, but it just seems like this is universally hated, and you're just trying to make a point.
But everyone was so excited for that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I was excited.
I'm excited for Fortnite for sure. I'm excited for most things, and I'll always give something a try for sure. But
I think I'll play this.
Yeah,
I
Fortnite
think
looks
it's
really
right
cool.
up your alley, Soren. Like I said, you like that cartoon gimmicky shit.
Yep.
This is the cartoon gimmicky shit. Soren has no taste in games.
I just like to build
That
things.
is the title of this episode, Soren's Poor Taste in Life.
Good God. Slamming them.
It also feels like a little bit like Left 4 Dead. Just a tad.
Yeah.
They
okay.
took the story part out of Left 4 Dead, which is honestly I did not enjoy any sort of thin line of what you're supposed to do in Left 4 Dead. I just wanted to shoot zombies, and that's...
This one's building
What I
to
feel
survive
like most-
rather than running to survive. So I think that's kind of...
Well, I'm saying they took out there's a helicopter, and then they try and loosely put story stuff in there, But
they give
this
you an
one,
objective at the end.
right? But this one's just hey, survive, kill zombies. I like that a little more rather than
Yeah, I think the base game is not nearly as well done as what I'm understanding. That it's very
Fortnite?
repetitive. Yeah.
yeah.
Which is fine because once it goes free to play, I won't care.
Yeah, I mean, how
That's kind of where
PUBG
I'm
is
at.
pretty repetitive as itself. You just
This is so PUBG is repetitive because it's meant to be repetitive.
Right, yeah.
The idea is you're going to drop and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite was supposed to be like a progression, the original base game of increasingly difficult AI trying to kill you and stuff. And so you build these big structures, and then instead of if you build a pathway, they don't follow the pathway. They just bang their way through your walls.
really.
Yeah. So how disappointing would that be? Build this big thing.
And then they
We're
just,
not going to
get
do
through,
what you're supposed to do. We're just going to run at you.
Yeah, I could see that some of the mechanics not
Yeah.
working out too
But
well. At
the
very
building
beginning.
definitely changes the end game. And like I said, not as good as PUBG, but it is also free. And I can play on console.
Yeah, which is kind of nice because a lot of Nazi zombies is still I will always sit down with friends and be like, Nazi zombies, are we doing this? And to do that with more, I would say is kind of nice because there was always something lacking in Nazi zombies, and instead of skins and cool magic effects and bows and lighting pyres that are hundreds of feet away for no reason, and not knowing what you're supposed to do, in this game you just come up with a building and come up with some
also it's
strategies
missing
and go through
Nazis
it.
for the most part.
It is
now.
missing Nazis
That's true.
too. Yeah.
Kind of the whole gimmick is gone. It's just
Yeah,
zombies.
Zombies now.
I feel bad for killing them now.
Yeah. They were good people.
There, some of them,
Carl?
right?
God.
It kills people, Carl. Wubba dub dub. There's our Rick and Morty reference for the day.
Yeah, okay.
Since you guys don't want to talk about Rick and Morty.
Well, yeah, I think I don't know. I think the funniest part about it, it was also the darkest, was that they left that kid in there.
Yeah.
And he's having sex with everything. And having mutant offspring that he also fucking eat.
What I am doing. He would like over-explain what was happening. And they're like, no, we got it, Tommy. We got it. Thank you, Tommy. I also like that Rick gives this really scientific explanation. It's like, no, he was just having sex with animals.
Yep.
And he didn't know anything about DNA, I'm going to say.
I don't know. It was like a interesting episode. It was one of those episodes that were like, we need to talk about Beth again because we just talked about Jerry.
Right.
And
I feel like they talk about Beth so much more than Jerry.
Yeah, and Jerry's more interesting because Beth is just kind of like this person who's like, oh, I hate my dad, but like I'm totally my dad, and then I'm coming to grips with that. But it's not that crazy of a thing. Like,
so when Rick is explaining what kind of parasite Jerry is, that makes everyone. It reminded me of someone from our lives. We'll have to talk about that.
Okay, later, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't let me forget this.
John, but then
it's John.
God.
Poor little John, the parasite.
But what I hated the most about that episode was Beth going on a killing spree. I don't know what it is with this family about like, oh yeah, we can go on a killing spree.
That was the point, wasn't it? That she's a sociopath?
Well, I guess, but like Morty does that too a couple times. Which shows his sociopathic tendencies, I guess, is the point. But for Beth, like, I don't know. I feel like Beth is just fucking around and she just doesn't want to do anything because she's, like, at this point in her life where she's like, well, I already fucked everything up, so might as well just leave and start something new, which is exactly why she got a divorce in the first place, because she couldn't cope with her dad leaving, so she's just going to do it with her kids.
Right.
So now Beth has become this person who you're like, oh, I wonder what her story's going to be, but then she totally fucks everyone over. So then, like, why do we care about her for being such a shit person?
I
At least Rick came back. Like, but now we're not sure.
Came back, yeah.
That's true. This Rick did. Good
Allegedly.
point. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, don't forget this.
I forgot. It's not the right reality. Yep,
Lubba lubba dub dub.
There's a lot of extra things to...
The thing I enjoyed about this episode was that Thomas Middleditch voiced Tommy Lipnip.
I don't know who Thomas is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Thomas Middleditch.
Hufflepuff.
Have you guys seen Silicon Valley on
Yes.
HBO? He's Richard.
Oh.
Another cultural thing I have yet to see.
Yeah, Soren.
That's why this episode's called Soren's Horrible Taste in Life.
Months ago, Soren, we were like, hey, or I wasn't, but Malcolm was like, hey, could Soren do this? I'm like, that'd be great. Let's get a third person in here. It sounds like he's gonna know a lot.
John and I.
He doesn't know anything.
I know games.
He knows games. I don't know games. Really.
That's
You
about
both
all.
know anime. I don't know anime, but
That's
I
true.
also have a social life outside
I do
of
have
this,
anime.
so.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thomas Middleditch, that dude is fucking hilarious. Like sometimes he's on like Dan Harmon's show, and I'm just really glad that he was in here because I felt like his voice, it was just so funny. I don't know, Malcolm. I know you didn't like this episode. Damn, I just thought it was really funny.
It was an okay episode.
I just want something cool to happen, and
Yeah.
Beth's not cool. I actually hate Beth. I think she's the worst character in the whole show.
That's fair.
I liked how he just created what we all kind of imagined as kids, and they personified that, and they were like, hey, remember all that weird shit you used to dream up? Yeah, Rick just like made that into a real reality. Like, let's pretend everything
you a
in your
planet.
head was real. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else got anything? Any closing thoughts?
I don't think so. I think this is the end of PodSpill number 3. Looks like we've exhausted the list of topics. All right. Thanks. Was that it?
Yeah.